The use of majolica to make soup tureens, trays, cups and plates of various sizes became increasingly popular in the 18th century. Sassuolo, a preferred holiday destination for the duchy, was home to several workshops, including a terracotta kiln along Contrada del Borgo and the Modena Canal, which proved to be essential for the development of this early production facility. It was in Sassuolo in 1741 that Gio Andrea Ferrari set up a company for the production of ceramics. In 1749, the company passed into the hands of Giovanni Maria Dallari, to whom Duke Francesco III of Este granted a monopoly to produce ordinary white and painted majolica throughout the duchy. The discovery of new colors required increasingly precise production and application techniques and more skilled craftsmen. Experts from northern and central Italy were brought to Sassuolo to teach the art of decoration and to search for clays that were suitable for production. Among them, the Sassuolo-born Pietro Lei, who returned from Pesaro in 1782 and, after a fruitful collaboration with the Dallari, opened his own ordinary earthenware workshop known as the New Factory. This forced the Dallari to change their workshop's name to Fabbrica Vecchia. The technological renovation and the presence of skilled decorators made the Sassuolo area one of Italy's leading production centers. In 1785, older Giovanni Maria Dallari transferred the business to his son Giovanni. Under the ducal government of Ercole III d'Este, the favor of the court waned. Protectionist restrictions were abolished, and their repeal caused a serious backlash, sharpened by the arrival of Napoleon Bonaparte. In 1805, Dallari's sons Onorio and Costanzo inherited a severely indebted factory. A few years later, in 1835, Costanzo Dallari decided to sell the Fabbrica Nuova to Count Gio Francesco Ferrari Moreni. The Count expanded the production of earthenware, which was among the finest in Italy thanks to the high lead content of the paint, which gave the products an incredible sheen. In 1854, both the majolica and earthenware factories were taken over by ceramic businessman Giovanni Maria Rubbiani. The new owner entrusted the Fabbrica Vecchia to his eldest son Carlo and the Fabbrica della Terra Rossa to his brother Don Antonio. The brothers worked to improve local transport, the promotion of their products, and the training of their workforce. These were the years of unification of Italy, which brought numerous important acknowledgements to the Sassuolo ceramics. In 1861, Carlo Rubbiani took over the management. International and Italian exhibitions revealed how intense the competition was in production and artistic terms. To address this challenge, Rubbiani surrounded himself with talented decorators and modelers, among which Domenico Bagnoli, Carlo Casaltoli, Silvestro Barberini, and Vittorio Neri. The company began producing plaques for numbering of buildings, as well as plates identifying streets and squares, but above all, wall tiles. Majolica tiles met the requirements of hygiene, durability and cleanliness enforced by the regulations on commercial establishments, public facilities and places of work. The success was just striking. In 1891, Carlo left the company to his sons Ugo, Vito and Giovanni. The factory grew and shifted solely to the production of tiles. The catalogue was extended and new decoration techniques were applied to both large and small sizes. In 1910, the Rubiani legacy passed to SAS Carlo Rubiani di Rubiani, Olivari e C. With the outbreak of the First World War, difficulties in procuring coal and mineral products brought production to a standstill. After the war, the reconstruction and the expansion of the market into South America and the African colonies boosted growth, which nevertheless proved uncertain due to the underdevelopment of the local railways. In 1920, the factory became the Società Anonima Ceramica di Sassuolo. The international depression of '29 also had an impact on the ceramics industry. Thanks to Matteo Olivari's managerial skills, the company succeeded not only in mitigating the difficulties, but also in increasing employment. Matteo Olivari's sudden death in 1932 resulted in a change in the name of the company. Just a few years later, the company was put into liquidation. Società Anonima Ceramiche Marca Corona was born in 1935. Thanks to new technologies, the company expanded and flourished. However, the self-sufficiency policy placed strain on the whole of Italian industry. When the war broke out, women accounted for almost the entire workforce. Marca Corona had 141 factory workers and 2 office clerks. Several Allied bombings hit Sassuolo and did not spare Marca Corona, which suffered severe damage. Production recovery came at the end of the 40s, continuing over the following decades. Thanks to the Marshall Plan, 2 Allied tunnel kilns were purchased. This technology was still unknown in Italy. In the early 60s, to respond to the increase in pollution and the flow of vehicles and people entering and leaving the factory, Marca Corona began building the Fiorano complex, which was more modern and efficient than the premises in Via Cavallotti in the center of Sassuolo. During that time, Mario Carani and Pietro Marazzi succeeded each other as president, while management was entrusted to Mario Russo. The company specialized in the production of red stoneware tiles with glazed relief, for which several different patents were registered. Despite the crisis in the construction sector, sales grew and production costs were amortized by the new plant. In the early 70s, the resources generated by the sale of the obsolete plant in Via Cavallotti made it possible to build a new factory in Via Emilia-Romagna. However, the decision was soon made to split the company up. Marazzi retained ownership of the factory in Fiorano, while the Carani family maintained the factory in Via Emilia-Romagna and the Marca Corona brand. A period of strong growth and development ensued, so much that the company received the 1980 export plaque from the Modena Chamber of Commerce for distinction in foreign sales. In 1982, the Mussini siblings, together with other shareholders, purchased Marca Corona. The company became part of the Concord Group, which has become the largest European ceramics group with entirely Italian capital over the years. Marca Corona now boasts skilled managers and a young executive team that has taken over from the previous generation to project the company towards the challenges of the future. A path of continuous evolution for Marca Corona, supported in recent years by significant investments that accelerated the innovation trend. From the enhancement of the research and development and marketing departments, to the expansion and complete digitization of the plants, through to the construction of a cogeneration system for energy self-sufficiency. The range of products has also been transformed. Small tiles, which have always represented the company's core product, are now joined by large tiles and new solutions designed especially to satisfy the needs of contemporary design. In Marca Corona have worked several men and women who contributed also to the growth of the Sassuolo district. Not just technicians or executives, but also managers and workers who later became producers of tiles and equipment for ceramics. Since 1741, the bond with Sassuolo and its territory has never diminished. A relationship of mutual support, growth and passion, fully expressed in the Galleria Marca Corona, the company museum that captures and preserves the spirit of the place, which becomes the messenger of a unique story in the district, in Italy, and in the world. 300 years of history, which, passing through fashion, social and economic changes, reveal the passion, expertise, innovation and character of an out-of-the-ordinary company.